What's up, guys? I'm back with another video, and today I'm actually doing a review of a new show on Netflix called Gentefied. Not Gentrified, Gentefied. Okay, it took me a while to get it, but I watched it on Friday. I binge watched the whole first season within a day. I'm surprised I haven't done that in a minute, but I definitely go ahead and recommend it to you guys. Quick note, this is not an ad. I'm not sponsored. Bath & Body Works just introduced their spring set of scents, and let me tell you guys, I always be putting you on. Every weekend they have a whole new sale. I'm sorry, I just bumped into something. We have Saltwater Breeze, the Bahamas, and we also have Bali Black Coconut Sands. They have so many more of them in their body washes, body lotion, body sprays, and even in their room scents and candles. I definitely recommend going checking them out. Right now they have them for $6 a piece on all body care. So definitely recommend it for you guys. So Gentefied, it basically centers around Boyer Heights in California. It revolves around this family who owns this restaurant. So the patriarch, Pops, he is basically the head of the family, and his three grandchildren, Eric, Chris, and Anna, we're focusing on their stories. Now, from what I can kind of piece together, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, I think all of their dads are all brothers and they're the sons of Pops. Basically, we have Eric, who works at the restaurant. He's kind of the black sheep of the family. Then we have Chris, who's kind of the golden child, he's a chef that wants to go to culinary school in Paris. And then we have Anna, who is an artist, who is also queer, and basically her mom wants her to get a real job, which is so relatable. Also, shout out to Jaleesa. Okay, if you know her from BuzzFeed and Paralike, she's her first show, so she drew me to this show already. I was like, okay, let me go support my fellow YouTuber. Let me go ahead and do that. And there was a line in there that literally I tweeted out, and literally it's trending for the quote. Basically, it's like, they love our shit, but they don't love us. I said, preach that to the choir, because literally this whole thing focuses on the gentrification of their neighborhood, which is what's happening right now. It's been happening for years. This related to me so much because living in Atlanta, growing up there, you know, there's so much stuff that contributed to my childhood. And, you know, a lot of us, when our parents, you know, get promoted and they have enough money to get us out of the neighborhood and into a suburban kind of space, you know, when we go back, those places aren't there no more. They're being turned into condos and mini plazas and office spaces. I remember driving into the city when I was going in for work, and literally the places that I used to go as a kid ain't there anymore. The park we used to go to ain't there no more. The few things that are left are the old immigration office on Roswell Road, and then up the street from there, there's the McDonald's, and then you have the Burger King across the street on Memorial Boulevard. I'm like, these two, they are still here after all the gentrification that's happened. And then down along that street, you have so many eatery places and hotels and so much new stuff built up in the city. And with this, you see a lot of newcomers trying to come in and basically mark their territory, but we also see the effects of gentrification on a lot of families. Case in point, Danny and his father, he plays in a mariachi band. Basically, gentrification kind of put them on the streets, and they have to live with different family members at their houses because his salary from being a mariachi singer isn't, you know, cutting it, and he has to basically sacrifice his thing just to provide for his family, which is a real thing that people go through. So let me go by character. So Eric, you obviously know what kind of character he is. He's trying to do good. His girlfriend's pregnant with his baby. He just trying to make it and just do good by his grandfather, because his grandfather was basically the parental figure for him because his dad was kind of a deadbeat. You know, we saw in a clip. Sorry, I had to get my phone screen. Saw in a clip that he basically, you know, his dad would always end up in jail, and Pops was the father figure for him. And he low-key is jealous of Chris because, one, he went away and he had to take care of everything himself, taking on the pressure of helping the family. And two, you also have someone who's successful while you're in the space you are, and jealousy is a very ugly thing. We talked about this before. But then you also have Chris, who is the golden child of the family. You know, Pops and, you know, their grandma basically had hope in him because he showed interest in cooking at an early age, and that's something he wants to do. However, his dad wants him to get a practical job. You know, he's one of those parents that worked so hard, and he wanted to get out of the hood basically as fast as possible as he could, and he wanted more for his kids, but for his kids to kind of choose something different rather than just like a business or a doctor or lawyer degree. You know, he emulates that a lot, and that's so common in international families. I don't want to say in a different words, but basically kids of immigrants who basically worked hard to give them a better life. They always said, after all I did for you, that rings so true to life for me. Okay. And then we have Anna, who is an artist. You know, she wants to do her passion, but her mom wants to be practical for a job because money is tight. You know, she works in not a sweatshop, but basically not a factory. I don't know how to describe it, guys. But basically, Anna, you know, she wants to have her passions, but also want to be earning money. So she takes a job making a mural from this, you know, hippy dippy dude. And I already know what the mural was going to be. I just didn't know it was going to be with that set of people. I thought it was going to be 2 women instead of 2 dudes. But basically there was backlash over it, which is expected. But the thing is, Senora made a good point, because the guy doesn't expect her to be here in the next 5 years. He's trying to take over it. And basically, he even threatened to basically call the cops on her and basically buy out the whole space. And I'm like, Anna, why are you not seeing? You're low-key participating in gentrification right now. And I understand you want to see representation for your people, for the queer community, but you realize that your main Latino community is basically being hit by it, and she doesn't realize it until the end of the season, where one of the buyers actually bought the family restaurant and bought up the lease. So it's like, well, it took you that long enough. Also with the girlfriend, I love Julissa, but the girlfriend really was aggressive. I'm sorry, y'all, have this pimple on my nose that's driving me crazy. The girlfriend was really aggressive when it came to stuff with Anna, and trying to make her feel a little bit guilty when going towards her family, and try to make her choose her over her family, even though the family was going through a lot, especially the first couple episodes when Pops got arrested. And, oof, man, just had me stressed out. And basically they end up breaking up because, you know, she realizes that old dude, you know, is trying to gentrify the whole place, and is basically so passionate about her art that she doesn't see it. And they end up breaking up. I feel like we get season 2. They're going to get back together. Yeah, that's pretty much the main characters for the family. So here's a rundown of where we're left off with, okay? Pops gets picked up by ICE. I said, what in the Lord? Are you kidding me? And they said there's a warrant for his arrest over a fine. I'm like, hold up, what fine? Ain't he supposed to be a letter to call up to court? I said, you know what? He probably don't got papers, so they can't found nothing. They will try to get you on anything, okay? Even if it's just like a small $500 fine. And they picked him up, and I knew something was going to happen once he got the car back. Because that car is still registered under him, under the license plate. I knew once they got that car back for the collateral to get him out of jail, something was going to happen, okay? And, you know, Eric and his girlfriend, Yolinda, had the baby. Y'all had me freaked out that something's going to happen to her or the baby, but they're both okay. Anna, you know, she has to basically tell the family, like, the restaurant might be gone. And then Chris, his dad gives him the offer to basically pay for cooking school if he'll leave the neighborhood. And I'm like, bruh, Don't sell out the family like that. And also, another thing with Chris's character, he is very out of touch with the culture. Like, he's been out of the neighborhood for a long while, for 10 years. And, you know, at his restaurant, basically, he's kissing the ass of, you know, Chef Douche, who's a complete racist to a lot of the staff. And basically, you know, people question him if he's really Mexican. And I wanted to say his Mexican card on Twitter, kind of like the black card, but I didn't want to say it in an offensive way. Basically, they test him out, and they had him drink tequila, playing soccer, name all the soap operas with Talia in it. Let me tell y'all something. In Africa, In Congo specifically, we had so much different content playing. We had the novellas playing. It was dubbed in French because that was the main language. Child, Rosalia was my shit. Okay, Rosalia got as far as her losing her memory, not remembering her husband or her daughter. That was before they replaced the first actress. So, yeah. Let me tell you. And homie went off. I knew when he punched him. Basically, he was like, okay, you out of job, bruh. And of course, he blackballed him for the thing. And so he goes to work at the restaurant. And basically, he rediscovers, like, okay, I've been a seller. I have to do better. And, you know, you just got to learn. A lot of them got to learn from it. And hopefully, you know, if we come back for season 2, because not YouTube, but Netflix likes to play games, they can come together as a family and try to save Pops. I don't know how this is going to go. This is going so many ways in a second season. But I'm so glad that we got to have this on Netflix. Y'all go ahead and watch it. Tweet about it. Y'all know Netflix, it plays when it comes to promoting their non-white shows. So definitely go ahead and hit that up. I'll be back later for my To All the Boys I Love Before video. Just a heads up. My blog comes back March 11th. And also, One Day at a Time on Pop TV, March 24th. Mark your calendars. Support minority creatives. This your girl. Peace out. My love. Have a great week.